Good morning to everybody. In the next 15 to 20 minutes, I will give a brief introduction to the space plan. I will explain to you why we need a plan and what is the plan, what contains in a plan, and how to use the plan resources. At the end, I will give you a brief introduction to the history of the space plan. So first, the question is why we need a plan and what is plan? So we can go back to the RTU Constitution, as mentioned in the previous presentation this morning. In Article 24 and Article 25 of Constitution, it mentions that the radio frequency and the orbital resources are the limited resources and should be used rationally, efficiently, and economically. At the same time, we should ensure equitable access to all administrations of those resources to ensure all the radio stations can work together in the non-interference environment. To achieve that goals, now we have the several mechanisms and the two approaches for distribution resources. The first one is coordination, which has been introduced by my colleagues in previous presentations. It's based on the first come, first served basis. That means if you have a requirement for resources of the frequency or orbit slots to implement your satellite system, you send your submissions to the ITU, you do the coordination after publication of your submission, then you submit your notification for recording your assignment to get your assignment protected, so you can use your system safely. They will be recognized and protected internationally. So it's based on first come, first served basis. When you require it and you got it. So it's obviously reflects the efficient way of using spectrum resources. But one problem could arise of this the approach is that with more and more resources, I mean the spectrum and the orbital the slots have been used, it's become more and more difficult for newcomers to get access to those resources. So for the newcomers, how we ensure that in the future they can get at least the minimum the resources to meet their requirement. So we introduced another approach. We call it a plan. So the plan is this approach is to reserve certain frequencies for each administration. Each ITU member states, EU member states have some amount of resources. The member states may not use the resources for the time being, but those resources will be protected and they will be protected from harmful interference. So in the future, when member states want to use the resources to implement their own satellite system, the resource is there. So although they are not recorded in the master register, but they are in the plan. So they are protected and for future use. So that's the idea of space plan. In the current regulation, we have two, or we can say three, the space plans. One or two can be one is for the broadcasting satellite service. Another is the associated feed-link plans. These two plans are including in the Appendix 30 and Appendix 30A, respectively. And another plan is for the fixed satellite service, is included in the Appendix 30B of the radio regulation. In the screen, you can see the frequency band of this plan. for downlink, uplink, and for the different regions. You can easily find that for BSS and associated feed-link plan, the frequency band from region to region are slightly different. So but for the 30B plans is a global plan. All the three regions, all the member states have the same the frequency resources. The entries for each country or for each member states in the plan is included in the radio regulation, as I said, in the Appendix 30, 30A, and 30B. I list here the articles which contains the entrance in the plan. So the Article 10 of Appendix 30 include BSI plan for Region 2, Article 11, BSS plan for Region 1 and 3, and as you can see in the screen for 30, 30A, 30A and 30B. These are in the radio regulation. I can show you an example of those entries. As shown in the screen, the first column is the beam name. It's starting from the code for the member states, so it can easily find which beam is belong to which the member states. Then you have the orbital positions, the beam widths, the ERP values, but not all the detail. It's just the indication where the location is. I mean the orbital location for each the plan entries, and the most important parameter for the plan. The detail of the plan could be found in the database. The database now is in the past it's in the BREFIX DVD. Now it's online. You can download the DVD image from ITU website, and inside each BREFIX, you can find the database. One is named SPSO. That is contains the detailed information of Appendix 30, 30A plan. And another database is starting from 30B. The x-axis means the BREFIX number. So the database starting from 30B is including the detailed information about the FS plan in Appendix 30B. Together with this database, there's another GIMS database. You may know that it contains all the diagrams, antenna diagram, service area diagram of all the satellite networks. The diagrams for the plan entries also included in the GIMS database. So with this, the three database, you can get all this detailed information about plan entries. Then we look at the features of the space plan. So as I mentioned, the plan is reserved resources for each member state. So for that reason, the service area of each the plan entry or the plan alignment or allotment is limited to national territory. So the service area is national territory of each member state. Or satellite antenna gain diagram is minimum to cover the service area. We normally say that the space plan is based on the national service area and the national territory. Is in sense of the idea I just explained. Another feature which is different from non-plan is the way of calculating interference in evaluate the interference among systems. In non-plan band, we calculated the interference 1-to-1. So we have a wanted satellite network. We have an interfering network. We calculate the interference between them. We to see the change of the delta t over t value. So it's considered one network to another satellite network. In the planet service, it's different. In evaluating interference, we consider all the satellite network within the coordination arc. So we use the value of COI to evaluate the interference. And in calculate the interference, calculate the I, we consider all network within the coordination arc. So as you can see in the screen, we have a 3G interference satellite network and one wanted satellite. So the COI is considered in all these, the I is considered 1I, 2, I3 from all these three interference sources. And we calculate the COI. If another network comes in, then we have another source of interference to the wanted satellite network. So we see the change of COI value, aggregate COI value, and to see how much it has changed. If the change of COI value exceeding certain limit, we say interference is caused. So we consider aggregate COI value in the plan, and we compare with criteria to see if the change of COI, the aggregate COI, exceeding the limit or not. In that way, we make judgment if it's caused interference or any wanted network has been affected. Another important feature which is different from the non-plan bands is that the non-plan band, the final characteristics are recorded in the master register, MIFA. And in calculation, if it's already recorded, we take that characteristic of the network and taking that into account in calculation. But for plan band, as you know, plan is reserved resources for future use. Not all the plan has been used and recorded in the master register. So in calculation or in analysis, we could not use those data in the MIFA. Instead, we use the data in the plan itself for calculation of interference to these plan entries. For all these entries. So you will see the system are quite homogeneous. They have the same size of antennas, same type of earth station, same type of the antenna pattern and the antenna size, similar power density values. We use the same noise temperature and the CON criteria for the calculation of the plan characteristic in establishment of the plan. Although BSS plan and FS plan have some similarity, the common features, there are some there are some difference. First one, as I say, the FS plan is a global plan, is a worldwide plan. Is all the three regions have same frequency band. On the other hand, Appendix 3030A BSS plan, from region to region frequency band are slightly different. Another important difference is the 3030A is assignment plan, and the 30B is allotment plan. Assignment is the resources to a station, so you can use it if you do not want to make any modification to the plan. You can use it directly, and you send notification directly, and you can use it. But the allotment plan, even if you do not make any modification, first convert it to the assignment, change the resources from a country to the station. Then you can use it. So anyway you want to use allotment in Appendix 30B plan, you have to send a submission as the first step to convert the plan allotment into assignment. Another difference is that is the list. List is when you make modification. Region 1 and Region 3 in Appendix 3030A, the modified ones will be recorded in the list. And for 30B, you have also a list. The is modification, including the modification to the allotment after conversion of the introduction of additional systems. So for additional ones, in addition to the already in the plan, or modification to plan, they will include it in the list for 30B and for Region 1 and Region 3 3030A plan. But for Region 2, BSS plan in Appendix 3030A, there's no concept of the list. Everything is included in the plan. So let's look briefly the provisions or procedures for using the space plan. The most important one for 3030A is Article 4 and Article 5, and the Region 1 and the Region 3 and is different from the Region 2. So the first one, you can look at the Region 2. You submit the Article 4 if you want to modify your plan. Then after coordination, you submitted the notification and could be recorded in the master register. The same story happened for Region 1 and Region 3, but as I said, in Region 1 and Region 3, there's the concept of list. Any modification is recorded in the list. And then you can notify your network and for recording in the master register. I will not give in detail because it will take a lot of time. For 30B, as I said, you first need to convert your allotment before it can be used. Then it enter into the list, then go into the MIFAR for after notification. And you can also introduce additional system, enter into the list after notification, recorded in the master register. These provisions are included in the Article 6, Article 8 of Appendix 30B. Another way of looking at the plan is to look at what's the role or what had to be done by the notified administration or the affected administration under the bureau. So for using of this plan, we have we need to submit several submissions. What I say is a normal procedure. There are some exceptions. The first one we call is the Part A submission. It's the initial or proposed characteristic of a network. Then you make submission to the bureau. The bureau will publish that network. After the publication, the notified administration should coordinate with those administrations whose network has been identified as affected. And as affected administration, they should respond to this coordination request and try to reach agreement with the notified administration. And to do that, the first step and the most important step, so they should make comment to the publication of Part A. Say that I agree with this network or I don't agree with the proposed network. Then the second step, after the comment period and the coordination, the final characteristic should be decided, and the notified administration send that characteristic as a Part B submission to the bureau. Then, if examination is okay, every limit is met and has been reached, then the network could enter into the list. Then the final step is notification. So you notify the actual parameter of your system in form of the data bring to use or things like that. Then the assignment could be recorded in the master register. So the part A, part B, and the notification, the three-stage submission is the request for notified administration. And for affected administration, they must the analysis the part A publication and make a comment and try to involve in the coordination if their administration has been identified as affected. So I say that there are a lot of provisions and procedures in the for the plan in the Appendix 30, 30, and 30B. So I just want to highlight some of the important time limit in these provisions. So there are 8 years regulatory time limit, which means from the date of your first submission to bring to use of your satellite network, there are 8 years instead of 7 years, like in the planned, in non-planned service. So you have 8 years regulatory time limit, and you have to bring to use within 8 years, and you have to send the resolution 49 information at least 30 days after BRU date, bring to use date, and also for region 1 and region 3 years, with the possibility for extension of another 15 years. For the notified administration, they should meet all these the date limit. For those administration which are affected, they should send their comments within 4 months after the date of publication of Part A submissions. So after if you send your comment late or you forgot to send your comment, there may be some consequence which may affect your entry in the plan. Then I spent a few second for the history of the space plan. So space plan has been modified each conference. So major modification including the replanning in WRC 2000 and the revision of procedure for 30B in the WRC 07. In WRC 23 last year, there's also some modification, including the new entries in the Appendix 30B plan and some new the frequency assignment for replace degraded 1, taking advantage of resolution 559. In WRC 23, there are also some change of two provisions. I will not give in detail because we have another presentation in the workshop tomorrow morning in room C in ITU building. There will be a detailed introduction to introduce this modification made by WRC 23. So with this, I would like to finish my presentation. If you need more information, you can look at the website on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Jian. Do we have any burning questions here for Jian? Over there, sir. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for the time, and I'm from Indonesia. I'd like to ask the question about the Earth station should be defined from its size and its pattern. And as we know together that the antenna technology currently going to be more developed than it was. And my question is, should the Earth station of that antenna should be standardized first, or it could be used the actual antenna pattern that their operator will use for the space plan features? I think that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Maybe I do not explain clear enough in my presentation. One, I say the space plan features, at least on the item in the screen. I mean the features we used in the establish of the plan. So when you want to use the plan, you can make a modification to the plan characteristics. So that you can use you submit your actual the antenna pattern, antenna size, maximum gain, and other things as it is. So this is not limited you use to only standard ones. Thank you.